So, obviously, you had the reunion tour not long ago. How was that
Yeah,
to step back in that role and feel, obviously you were doing it towards a close friend to the band. So
yeah.
I imagine it was very emotional straight
It,
away.
it, it was, yeah. I mean, Stewart Brothers was, you know, um, as has been kind of mentioned and described by kind of, most of us, if not all of us within the band, how close he was. He was family, to the
Yeah.
band in a sense. He was with us from the very beginning, and so yeah, he was such an important, guy to us, and a great character that kind of was around, like I say, since the early days, and did some, some great stuff to help, grow the Funeral for a Friend name in a sense, and really kind of pushed us out there to kind of gain a bigger fan base in a way. He was a very positive kind of element to the growth of the band from early days. So yeah, so we wanted to kind of do what we could to help, really, and and playing some shows seemed like the answer to kind of helping him and his family, um, and raising kind of a decent amount of money to help the family and
Yeah, of course.
his kids and his family and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was important, and he was. I mean, it was it was a no-brainer as far as kind of when the idea was mentioned, and we everybody was on board immediately. And it was kind of slightly. I guess kind of I'm slightly nervous about kind of needing to go back and learn some songs that I hadn't played for about
Yeah.
15 years. There was an element of that to it maybe, but no question, I was kind of in straight away. It was great to be back, with all the guys kind of in and around that, and because there was a period where I never thought kind of, I'd I'd be likely to ever play with any of the guys again, So that was wonderful to kind of, to be, back around and it be kind of, everybody pretty much that had been part of Funeral. The only person who wasn't involved was Gareth because he lives over in Vegas. So it's a bit difficult for him. But I mean, in there with Gav and Rich, who were the guys that kind of came in um, after kind of I left and Gareth left and then kind of and Ryan had left just after myself, and so drawing us all back into it was great. And I've always been friends with Rich and Gav, brilliant players, great guitarist, great bass player,
Yeah.
and super lovely guys, you know what I mean, and definitely an integral part of the whole Funeral legacy, like I say, Gav, brilliant songwriters, and so they were a big part of it. So it was great to be on board with everyone. Do you know what I mean? Involved, and that was exciting, slightly nerve wracking, like I say, relearning songs and
Yeah.
and that sort of stuff. But we got together for rehearsals. Um, Band alone to begin with because Matt lives over in Germany, so he couldn't just come over constantly
Yeah.
just to rehearse
Yeah.
and things like that. Rehearsals were great fun, and we had brilliant laugh kind of going through the songs and just hanging out really. And then kind of when Matt managed to come over then, and we all rehearsed together again, had just a great time, in each other's company, and really enjoyed and had a good laugh, and it made us realize, I think, kind of how much we'd missed being around one another maybe, and hanging out together, and playing music together. So out of the kind of the real kind of sad aspect of why we were doing it came that kind of positivity of us all coming together
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what spawned then kind of the idea of doing more than just the charity shows for Stu last year, and looking at doing some others, because there was so many people who were getting in contact weren't able to make those shows, couldn't get a ticket, and because there was just the 3 shows.
Yeah.
So
I'm not surprised.
They sold out
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
quick.
and you know what, we were so unsure of kind of how things would pan out, really, and whether there was still enough love out there for the band
Yeah.
to really want to clamber on board and be part of kind of coming to watch us again or whatever, no matter what the circumstances. So it was such an exciting kind of uplifting feeling that when those shows sold out immediately, and there was so many people kind of a bit pissed off that they couldn't get a ticket, really, I guess. Yeah, so hence kind of why the idea came around of, oh, maybe we should do some more, and then whoever wants to and missed this kind of doing those 3 shows, they'll have that opportunity. Plus we get to hang out together again and play play music together and just have a blast.
It's all a bonus, isn't it?